Hello, 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 friends. Mrs. Deveter here with my very first crochet tutorial. You guys, I am featured in the Crochet Foundry magazine, the September issue, and this has pushed me to do something I have never done before, and that is record a video. Today, I'll be making my signature showstopper earrings. I, of course, made one already. It's just a granny square, y'all. Ain't nothing spectacular. It's just a good old granny square that is folded into a triangle. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. So here are the supplies you are going to need for this tutorial. You are going to need some thread. You can either use a number 3 thread or you can use embroidery floss. It doesn't matter. Definitely your preference, but definitely like a number 3 is the best thread you can use. I am using Aunt Lydia's, and you can just get this from your favorite craft store. Then you are going to need, I am using my beautiful 2.25 letter B hook, my fantastic Odyssey. Yes, ma'am. You're going to need ear wires and jump rings. So there's my ear wires, that's my jump rings. You're going to need scissors, a needle to sew in your ends, and you are going to need glue and water mixture. And I just use 1 part water, 1 part glue to stiffen your earrings. And that's it. All right, so we're gonna start with a slip knot and a chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And in your third chain, you're going to make 1 double crochet, chain 1, and then a double crochet cluster, which is 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. And we're going to repeat that 3 times and then make a single crochet. Pull your circle closed, slip stitch in the top of that chain 2, and then slip stitch into the top of the double crochet, slip stitch into the top of the chain 1 space, and chain 2. 1, 2, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet cluster, and we're going to do that around the square. Double crochet, cluster, chain 1, double crochet, cluster. You're going to end up with 8 double crochet clusters and 4 chain 1 spaces. Slip stitch to join at the top of the chain 2 space, slip stitch into that second double crochet, oops, slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet cluster, which is just 2 double crochets. If the hook would cooperate. There we go. Now you'll notice that there's a space there. We're going to put 2 double crochets in that space every time. So it's going to be 2 double crochets in that space in between each corner space. And then we're going to continue around in our corners with double crochet cluster, chain 1, double crochet cluster. Two double crochets in that space. Make your way back to that corner and do your double crochet cluster, chain 1, double crochet cluster, and complete that around the square. You are going to end up with 12 double crochet clusters, 4 chain 1 spaces. And you've probably figured out by now that your chain 1 spaces are your corners. And the hook wasn't cooperating again. Make your 2 double crochets in that space, and then make your way around to your corner. You can do this as many times as you like to make your square the size that you want it. I am going to continue on to 5 rounds. I have completed my round. I'm going to slip stitch at the top of the chain 2 space into that double crochet and into the chain 1 space, and then fasten off. Snip your yarn and prepare to weave in your ends. So you definitely want to make it nice and tight. Start to shape your granny square. I told y'all it's a regular old granny square, but we're gonna give it some Mrs. Deveter love. So this is the beautiful earring in its raw form. I have weaved in my ends and I'm still shaping, and this is where the fun begins. You want to have both of your earrings and kind of shape them together so that they end up being the same exact size. You don't want lopsided earrings. So, just do your due diligence and go on and get your glue. As I told you, I use 1 part water and 1 part glue, and it's just regular school glue. I dip my earrings in my mixture. Some people might want to use a spray bottle to spray it so that you only get one side moist. But for me, I like to dip both earrings and dredge it in the solution, and then go again and shape my earring again into the shape that I want. Remember, we are not leaving these as regular squares. I mean, if you want to, you certainly could, but I would do like a crab stitch around the edge or something to make them a little bit cuter. So we're going to take this earring, and I would recommend using a paper towel. You're going to go ahead and shape your earring into a triangle or a diamond, whichever shape you prefer to call it. And you want to make sure that you wring out as much of the solution as you can. And again, definitely want to shape your earring to the size that you want it to be. Match them up. Make sure that they match. You don't want one earring bigger than the other. So make sure you do that. And I recommend letting these sit about 24 hours. I mean, they usually are dry within 2 to 3 hours, but I would just let them dry for 24 hours. That way you get a nice stiff earring. And you have just made yourself a pair of showstopper earrings by Mrs. Deveter. Oh my goodness, it's my earrings. Ain't they cute? All right, so this is what you need to do. These are some earrings that I've previously made and stiffened, and they're not super hard. They're like still flexible and will be comfortable to wear. But this is what you're going to need to do. I totally forgot that you will need some pliers so you can open up your jump ring. So you open up your jump ring and you are going to place them at the very top of the point of your earring, and you are then going to put on your ear wire, and that's it. And you want to do that on both earrings. And the wonderful thing about these is that there's no right or wrong side, and that's what makes them so fun. But you definitely want them to be put together well. I was in a class and learned that you can actually use 2 of the pliers to help you close up the jump ring, because sometimes it can be a little bit difficult. So that's how you're going to do it. You want to make sure that your ear wire is on there well so that it doesn't fall off. And I'm going to put some backs on these, and that's it. You have just made a beautiful pair of showstopper earrings, again by Mrs. Deveter. They are available. This pattern is available in the September 2022 issue of Crochet Foundry. Please make sure you go and pick up your copy. It is now available. It is a digital magazine, so make sure you pick up your copy and let me know what you make. Tag me, Mrs. Deveter, on Instagram. Find me on TikTok. Share your videos with me. I would love to see what you make. Until next time, bye-bye.